make a clap to this. Make a clap to this. Make a clap to this.
Look at all these white worms.
We put this bread on Friday, and it is Sunday.
Yeah, they're just destroying it. And this is a pretty big container I have right here, and it's a pretty big sized piece of glass. You can tell by my faint hand. So this is how I culture our white worms for our bettas. This is how active they are. Now, a little trick of the trade, because of course I harvest them in some water, but a little trick of the trade I was taught by a couple of seasoned killifish people is that as soon as the soil starts to become acidic, you'll notice that the worms are spending a lot less time up top. You won't see them as much. Two things you can do. You can add either crushed lime to the soil to spread across the surface, and it'll neutralize some of the acidity. But I came up with an idea of using actual baking soda. Baking soda will also neutralize the acidity, and I'll try that instead of using lime. But so far, this culture is actually pretty young. We've only been doing this culture, it's probably only been a month and a half long. And this whole container, which is probably close to about 30-inch long container by about 15 inches wide, is just loaded in the soil.
Yep. It's amazing. There's a lot.
And of course, devouring the 2 pieces of oatmeal, organic oatmeal bread I'm using. And this time I actually put hummus on the top of the bread instead of using yogurt. And this is how I pretty much keep the container on my floor in my utility room in my basement, where it's always pretty cool. Lock the lid, just enough holes across the top to get air in there, and I'm constantly in here pulling worms out to feed the actual betta fish. But this is the white worm culture from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics.
See ya.